We often look at that organic sticker in the grocery store and automatically think that it's healthier. Or you might even be confused if it is healthier or not. In this video, we're going to try to find out and see for ourselves if organic is worth it. Are not buying organic produce, the sales are still going up by 20% every decade. And although before 2002 there were no strict rules of what qualifies as organic, in fact every state had their own varying different rules and regulations of what organic food is. But after 2002, thankfully, the USDA formed regulations on what qualifies as organic food and what doesn't. And now we have proper regulations and restrictions on who can put that organic sticker on their produce. So to qualify as organic, you cannot have any antibiotics, you cannot have any hormones, you cannot have any genetically modified stuff, and you cannot have any artificial sweeteners, colors, preservatives, or MSGs. And yes, organic food should have natural fertilizers like manure, which is good for the environment, which is good for the land, and it really helps in conservation of water as well. So there are three things that you should be mindful of when you're trying to buy organic. There are three different kinds of stickers that are on organic produce. The first being 100% organic. If something says that it's 100% organic on the label, that means that all the ingredients are coming from organic sources. The second thing is organic. When it just says organic on it, not 100% organic, that means that 95% of the ingredients in that produce or in that product are organic. And when it says made from organic, that means that around 70% of the ingredients are organic. Now that we know what the stickers mean, let's see if it's actually safer. Are organic foods safer to consume? So yes, there is no doubt that organic foods have lesser chemicals and lesser resistant bacteria in them. In fact, there is evidence that suggests that when you are consuming organic, you're consuming lesser pesticides and lesser antibiotic resistant bacteria. For example, there was a study done to find out the levels of cadmium, which is a very toxic metal, and to see the levels of that in organic and in conventionally non-organic foods. And it was seen that organic had 48% less levels of cadmium compared to non-organic. And there were 4 times less pesticide residues on the organic as compared to the conventional non-organic. So yes, we do see that there are lesser antibiotic resistant bacteria, lesser pesticides, and lesser toxic chemicals like cadmium. There were also studies done to find out the levels of nitrates in organic foods and the conventional non-organic foods. And it was seen that organic had 30% less nitrate levels, and I guess they're used as fertilizers, compared to the non-organic ones. And these nitrates are linked to many cancers as well. However, many people also believe that the levels of nitrates are overstated and that it overshadows the consumption of fruits and vegetables. That means that if you are consuming good amounts of fruits and vegetables, then you should not be worried about the nitrate levels. I mean, that should not be something stopping you from consuming fruits and vegetables even if they are unorganic. I hope that makes sense. Now, after looking at these papers, we know that sometimes organic foods have lesser chemicals, they have lesser antibiotic resistant bacteria and lesser nitrates. Let's move on and see if they're actually healthier than non-organic ones. Now, there are several papers that show that organic foods have higher amount of antioxidants and sometimes even more vitamins and minerals like vitamin C, zinc, and folate. In fact, antioxidant levels are sometimes 69% more in organic compared to the non-organic ones. And this can be equal to eating 1 or 2 more servings of fruits and vegetables. In fact, organic milk, organic dairy, organic meat has higher omega-3, they have higher levels of vitamin E and more iron. So yes, there are papers that suggest that, they are healthier compared to non-organic ones, but there is a huge flip side to it. There was a lot of research, and I'm going to discuss 2 research papers with you guys today that really showed that there is no difference between the organic and the non-organic. There were 55 studies that were reviewed, which all concluded that there was no nutrient difference between the organic and the non-organic one. It said that on the basis of the systemic review of studies of satisfactory quality, there is no evidence of a difference in nutrient quality between organically and conventionally produced foodstuffs. The small differences in nutrient content detected are biologically logically plausible and mostly relate to differences in production methods. So I mean, this study is showing us that there is no major nutrient difference between the two. There was another review of 233 different papers done, which basically showed that there is strong evidence to conclude that organic foods are more nutritious than regular foods. However, the pesticide residue and antibiotic resistant bacteria exposure is lesser. So basically these two studies conclude that there is lack of evidence that really suggests that organic is better or more nutritious and more healthier than the non-organic ones, which makes me wonder which side to believe again, you know, because there are studies that say that it is healthier, then there are studies that show that there isn't. And these studies that I shared with you, which talk about no difference between the organic and non-organic in terms of the nutrient value, are reviews of like hundreds of studies. One is 233 studies reviewed and the other one is 55 studies reviewed. So what is the take-home message? What do we decide from this? I mean, there is conflicting research. What do we do? Now, I'll tell you what I would do. Try to buy organic if you can, because accumulation of pesticides in the body over time can be potentially harmful. So whenever you can buy organic, if there is something on sale that's organic, go for that. But however, this is the only place where I would say that the quantity is better than quality. I want you to have more fruits and vegetables, a wide variety of it, maybe different colors of it. But at the same time, if you can afford organic, go ahead and buy it. But if you can't afford it, then you know, that's fine. Just wash it really well, cook it really well. And I think at least for my household, for myself, I would prefer eating a wide variety than trying to afford maybe a small amount of just the organic ones. Now, before I go, I just want to say that if reducing the amount of pesticides that you are consuming is of main concern to you, then you should try to go for organic in spinach, in green beans, in green peas, in green onions, in summer and winter squash, in apples and berries, and you know, try to buy organic of these. However, if consuming lesser of the antibiotic resistant bacteria and hormones is of main concern to you, something that is of main concern to me, then I would say that go for organic dairy, things like milk, eggs, yogurt, cheese, organic meat, organic chicken. You know, that way you're going to consume lesser antibiotic resistant bacteria and hormones. But in the end of the day, the best thing would be to try to eat a wide variety and pick and choose which things you want to buy organic and which ones you don't. For me personally, at home, I try to buy organic dairy and chicken whenever I can, and if there is anything that is on sale that's organic in fruits and vegetables, then I go for that because it is generally more expensive. So let me know in the comments below if you have decided to buy organic foods in certain products and which are those certain fruits and vegetables, or maybe some products that you want to buy organic from now on. All right, I hope you found this video informative and useful. As always, take care and keep eating the secrets. Bye.